John, would you call the roll?
Mr. Boardman.
Here.
George.
Here.
Mike.
Here.
John.
Sorry, Harry, I had to do you by first name. And Mr. Allen is not here, but Mr. Earl is.
Very good, thank you. Public comment period. At this time, the commission will recognize members of the public who've indicated a desire to address the commission. Seeing none. Commissioner, council, and staff comments. Commissioners, do you have anything today? Council, do you have anything today?
Nothing today, but I do like that letter that Bob sends, the email to the council explaining what went on at these meetings. I think that's very helpful.
Thank you for the feedback. Any staff comments today, Bob?
Nope.
Okay. Skip.
Skip for now.
We're going to skip number 4 for now and move on to number 5, approval of office supervisor wage. Bob.
Melissa's going to take care of that.
Sure. We did fill the office supervisor position. Ross Larson will be starting next Monday. And if you remember, that's the position you guys approved in the December commission meeting, falling in pay grade 6. So tonight we are looking for approval for a starting wage at $52,249. It's the start of the pay grade. Just to make a note, the exempt wage procedure that Bob and I are working on and will be proposing prior to July, it'll address the process and avoid or skip the need for this extra step. So, but for tonight, we are asking for approval for $52,249, which is the start.
Is there a motion to approve that?
Make a motion to approve.
John, second. Harry. Any discussion?
Just a question, just take 30 seconds and tell us a little bit about the search process and how that went.
Sure. We had 100 applicants apply, and we interviewed maybe eight first round interviews with a variety of experiences. We did bring back in 3 of the first interviews for a second interview. Ross, who we selected, has a huge amount of experience in supervising management with a variety of different organizations, most recently the DMV. So he has some retail and Six Flags, so experience. So a really interesting variety, and I think he will be an excellent fit, a nice balance for that department and for that position.
What was your total timeline from posting the position to the public to making the determination of who you were going to make the offer to?
Was it about 3 or 4 weeks? Well, from when we, sorry, from when we posted it, we had it advertised for a couple of weeks before we started interviewing, and then the interview process lasted a couple more weeks. So it'll be roughly 2.5 months. Total. It is. So
The thing though, with of 100 applicants, were probably 80% of them that really didn't fit the bill at all, I would guess.
no, it was interesting because there were a large number of applicants that would fit in if we were hiring for just an account clerk, but really honing in and having the supervisory experience. The 2 requirements we had. 5 years experience supervising in a customer service atmosphere, and then also a 2-year degree, and finding that combination of both, or at least experience that made up for that 2-year degree, was that really narrowed the pool down quite a bit.
It sounds like you had a very robust process. Good for you.
Yeah.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Let's circle back to number 4. It looks like Eric is here now.
Eric is here. Eric Boone has been in the water department for 15 years as a water system operator. So congratulations, Eric.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
A certificate and a little cash.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Eric.
Very good for you, Eric. Are you going to give us another 15 years?
Oh yeah, if not more.
All right, good. We're gonna hold you to that.
That's Eric.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Eric.
Approval of job orders.
We have 1 job order, and that's to rebuild 1.4 miles of single-phase line on Klondike Road, east of County Trunk Highway A, and then north on Stat Road, in the amount of $91,145.
Is there a motion to approve the job order? By Harry?
I'll
Is there a
second.
by John. Discussion, questions? That's something that was a planned project within within the budget?
It's not specifically listed in the budget, but it is included in the plan. That whole area down there, there's some old copper wire that we're replacing, so that whole area is being rebuilt, project at a time.
I seem to recall that Nick had touched on that when he did the different conductors education for the commissioners. You had talked about that as being one of the places at copper. Quick question, this cost to fix the street light, we're going to recoup that, right?
To fix this.
The one that was damaged by the private contractor?
Oh,
The snow plow and the streetlight event.
The one that didn't require us to approve.
okay, yes. I
Yeah.
was wondering, there were no streetlights on this project.
Okay, no, I saw that and I was like, boy, I hope we're going to get that back. Okay.
Yes.
When that fella fell from Chad's front window on his car, he was coming to work.
Oh, yeah.
Chattersticky, yeah.
Any other discussion?
Insurance will be covering that streetlight. And it was over $7,000 as a result of it being one of the decorative streetlights. Versus if it's one of the standard streetlights like on Veterans Parkway, typically the pole is still good, maybe the arms and fixtures need to be replaced, but it's much cheaper on those.
So then we file insurance and the insurance company goes after the contractor that knocked it down?
Usually in cases like this, I get contact within a few days from the insurance company of that contractor that hit it.
I would say 80 to 90% of that is material cost, if not more. And just another side note on the job order, the copper weld rebuild, there will be a second, one more job order for that area that will be coming in the coming months.
So about similar size, scope of project?
In general.
Okay. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah. Any other discussion there? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bills and payroll, Kent.
Bills have been reviewed and certified proper for payment.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the bills and payroll?
I guess, go ahead with that, and then I'll.
Was there a motion? Harry, is there a second? George? Now we get discussion. Bob
All
first,
right.
then Gordy.
Okay, I just wanted to point out a few of them that are on there. On the first page is Environmental Systems Corp. at $4,000, and just the ones that aren't, you don't see as often. And that's for maintenance on the Stack Vision, which is the software that monitors the power plant. So that's occasional. We had some insurance ones that are quite large. Johnson Insurance was $85,000, and that's for the boiler insurance for M1. So that's an annual cost. And then PCS, or Professional Computer Systems, $37,000. That's our accounting software that we use in the office, and that's an annual fee as well. Mhm. And then one more, the Municipal Property Insurance is, that's our annual property insurance for the buildings, and that was $50,000.
That's the biggies.
Those are biggies.
Gordy?
I'd like to compliment Kent on the reporting of these bills. I'm on the Finance and Budget Committee, and I see these bills from the city every 2 weeks, and there's never a description. There will be the vendor and the amount, and if I want to know what it was for, I have to talk to the finance director, which I absolutely think is, after seeing yours, where the description is right there, and it answers the question instantly, or it should. You've got a much better system. You probably don't want to rub it into the city, but, but you do, in my opinion.
Thank you, Gordy.
You're welcome.
Any other questions, comments, discussion? All those in favor of approving the bills as the motion and second? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Previous meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve those? John? Was that a motion?
It always seems oddly self-serving since I have to sign off on it, but yes.
We accept that. It's a small group.
Second.
Second by George. Any Discussion of those minutes? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Departmental and financial reports.
Yeah, nothing noteworthy on there this month, but I did want to point out, next month I was going to try it a little different, and that is to take the department reports, maybe consolidate them a little more, and then actually try to get more information in there that might relate directly to the commission. So I'll give it a try next month and see what you think.
Does something immediately come to mind on that second part? Is there something, if they were consolidated this month, you would have flagged as, here, this is something to pay attention to?
Just the one thing that we've been working on with the, in the water side. I think you've been more involved in that as far as with our lawyers down there in the state. With that Lori Cubs has been working on, as far as our, I'm trying to think what, well, I didn't bring any information along with me, John, but,
I look forward to it. I think it's a good idea.
Worth an experiment.
yeah.
Can I ask one question about the
Yeah, discussion
electric reports? I noticed that the AMI meter note is progress has been slow over the past few months due to a supply issue. We've seen various things kind of, we seem to be walking in sand with some of the AMI rollout. It seems to be taking longer than the original plan, and certainly any of our wished for objective dates. How far back do we think we are if we actually put all the things together that have slowed us down? Are we 3 months behind, or are we 6 months behind? Where do we think we are today?
I'm still targeting to complete by the end of the year.
So you think you'll be able to overcome these hindrances and get it back up?
That's what I've been pushing towards the vendor, that's our goal, and that's what we're trying to shoot for.
Okay, that's good. That's very good. Thank you.
Other questions, comments? There was a comment, Dave, I think it was on the water report, that the large customer meter changeouts for the year are done already? Is that part of the AMI, or is that something different?
It's something different. We were done with our industrial commercial AMI last year already,
Okay.
but every year we're required to switch out meters 6-inch and greater. 4-inch meters are every other year. We consider any meter larger than 1-inch a large meter. They're on an accelerated scale. Most residential meters get switched out once every 20 years. The larger ones are way more often than that.
Okay.
Generate more cash, so they want them to be more accurate.
Makes sense. Just hadn't noticed it before.
Okay.
Anybody else? Okay. Commission education item, all about water losses.
Questions?
I don't think you had enough definitions there.
Yeah.
Okay. I just spent an hour and a half on the phone with Lori Kupsa and Meg. The PSC is rewriting that part of the PSC rules right now, and it's gonna get way more complicated. Water loss is gonna be a driver for a lot of stuff. They're saying if your losses aren't good, you're not gonna get a rate increase. If your losses aren't good, you're not gonna get construction projects approved. So everybody's gonna be watching water losses close.
They're gonna change the definition of a not good water loss too?
Yeah, but the title of my report was unaccounted for water losses. They just got rid of that definition. So your report is already outdated, so. Sorry about that.
So the trend that you show us from 2006 through 15, it's climbing. It's a pretty steady rate. We understand what's causing that. So, and I'm sort of trying to come to my own understanding here. So, correct me where I go wrong. The question of stemming that growth in water loss is really about spending money, isn't it?
It is. There is a point that you reach. You're gonna have some water loss that you're not gonna be able to afford to recapture. And it's kind of a phantom number. Every water system's probably gonna be different for what that number is. Marshfield, prior to the really severe winter in 13 and 14, had really phenomenal water loss rates. We were 4, 5, 6%. PSC wants us, a large utility, to be under 15%. 15% in their eyes is totally acceptable. We were running 5, 6. That winter set us back. Our water rates doubled. We were over actually 15% for 1 year. This year we've caught back up and our loss is declining. I think we were right around 13% this year when we're all said and done. So we're going back the right way. I'd like to get it back down to 5 or 6%. The cost of getting that last 5% goes up.
Well, it doesn't make sense. I would think, and I made it as a statement, it should be a question. Isn't it true that the cost of mitigating loss or recovering loss at some point is higher than accepting it?
Correct.
Do we know what that point is?
No, that's that phantom point I just mentioned. Every water system's different. If you can get it, our strategic plan says keep it below 10%. If we can do that, we're doing really good. Anything above and beyond that, we're doing great. Once we get below 10%, I'm not going to dedicate a lot of energy and staff to keep looking for leaks. We're already 30% below what PSC recommends. So then we're just trying to keep up with our strategic plan.
Okay, thanks, appreciate the filling me in.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you have 10% water loss and you lose your best customer, all of a sudden you get 15% water loss. You didn't do anything. So it's kind of a funny number, yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? Need approval to go into closed session per Wisconsin State Statutes 19.851C.
I make a motion, we go into closed
Motion
session.
by John, second by Harry. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Opposed? We are in closed session.